Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ali and I'm a mum of 3 small children. They're all at primary school and I also work part-time, so I need to be really organised in the mornings. It's just me on my own in the mornings with them, so I need to get them organised and out of the house, and I've sort of figured out a routine and different sort of tips and hacks that I use, so I thought I'd share them with you so you can be organised in the morning. So number 1 is, sounds a bit weird, but your preparation starts the night before. So number 1 is drink a big pint of water before you go to bed. This is what I do. I've got quite a strong bladder, so if you've got like a weak bladder, maybe skip this tip, but this works really well for me. So I drink a big glass of water before I go to bed, and then when I wake up in the morning, I'm busting for the loo. So I just get out of bed and go to the toilet, obviously, instead of lying in bed, scrolling on my phone. Normally I'd like browse Instagram for like even an hour, just sort of wasting time in the morning, which is rubbish. So my alarm goes off, I need a wee, so I get straight out of bed, and then I'm ready to go for the day. And also it keeps you a bit hydrated, doesn't it? So it's a bit of extra water in your system, which is all good. My number 2 tip is to get prepared the night before. Now everyone says this, in the evening it's really hard to like sort of do that, but if you do it, it will make your morning go so much smoother. So the night before I always make sure that all their bags are packed and their homework's in there, I've written in their book bags and everything, and they've got their PE kit, anything like that. I make sure that's all done the night before and they're sort of placed by the door, ready to go. Also, the night before, I sometimes make their packed lunches if I know I'm gonna not have enough time in the morning, like if it's a day when they're going to school early for breakfast club. So I'll make their packed lunches the night before and just keep them in the fridge and then pop them in their bags in the morning. Also, the night before, I like to write a to-do list, and that's sort of all the things that need to be done. So for example, last night, I'd done most of the prep, but I knew I hadn't finished a badge for a homemade costume that I'd made for my daughter. So that was on the list, so I didn't forget it. And I knew that I'd left a book upstairs in one of the kids' rooms, so I needed to finish packing the book bag. And I hadn't made the lunches, so that went on the list. So anything that you need to do in the morning, make a list, and then in the morning, you won't have forgotten anything in your sort of morning fog. My 3rd tip is, if you get up early enough, which if you follow my big drink of water before bed, you might well do a bit of exercise. So I try and fit in, it's not loads, but I'll try and fit in 15 minutes on the cross trainer or 15 minutes of yoga. I just follow YouTube yoga videos. So I try and fit in a little bit of exercise because it sort of invigorates me for the morning, and then I feel like I've done my exercise, so I don't need to worry about it for the rest of the day, and I always feel more awake after that as well. Sometimes the kids are sort of up by the time I'm doing my yoga. If I'm doing yoga, they'll come and join me and practice a few yoga moves, so it's a bit of a win-win if I'm doing that. My 4th tip is to get organised. So I've got an organisation wall in the kitchen, I'll show you now. So here's my organisation wall. It's just a big stick-on like plastic calendar, which I found online, and I just use a marker pen to put all the dates on, and then I put anything that we're doing in the week. So if someone's going to be away, or on a day we've got rainbows, or they've got a trip or a party, we need PE kit, spellings, it's all here, so I can look here really easily in the morning and know exactly what they've got going on for the day. I've also, underneath the calendar, got these clips, which I've got one for each child. So this is Eve's, this is Juliet's, and that's Jacob's. And when they come home with any homework or letters or anything like that, I clip them up on here. And then this final clip here is for letters that are to go back to school. So if I've signed a consent form, I clip it up here. And I know in the morning to look for whatever's on this hook, and then I can take that and put it in their bags that day. So I tend to sort of organise this in the evening, and yeah, it just works really, really well, and I'm not hunting for letters everywhere. Another tip I have is to have a routine in the morning. So we follow the same routine every morning, and it's sort of get up, they have to be dressed by a certain time, they have to be having breakfast by a certain time, and they have to have finished their breakfast by a certain time. They have to be brushing their teeth by a certain time, and they have to be downstairs by a certain time. So I know that like we're not going to run late because you keep on track, you know which stage you're at throughout the morning. So it works really, really well, and touch wood, we're never late for school following that method. My last top tip is to play some fun, invigorating, happy music. I think like sometimes the mornings can be quite stressful, especially if you've got lots of kids and you're on your own and you've got to work to get to and they've got a million bags and things like that. I can find myself getting quite stressed, and if I'm stressed, it rubs off on them, you can tell, and like just gets worse and worse and worse. It's like a vicious cycle. So I try now to play some like uplifting music on Alexa. We've got an Alexa in the kitchen diner downstairs, and we just play some uplifting music while we're having breakfast, and honestly it makes an immense difference to our day, massive difference. And we also try to make some happy music when we're driving up to school. We also try to play some happy music when we're driving up to school for the same reason, just keeps us in a good mood, and if we're in a good mood, our day starts really well. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some ideas on how to make your morning go a bit easier. And if you've got anything you want to add or anything you think I should add to my routine, do leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and do subscribe for more videos like this. Bye.